Welcome in, best pod of your day, episode 3 of Victory Tuesday as we record here for the best pod of your day. Panthers go to 1-0 with their opening week victory, 38-14 over Butler in the Dome. Every week we're joined by head coach Todd Stepsis, special player guest. This week, Jonathan Cabral-Martin, who currently sits leading the country in passes defensed with his interception and 4 pass breakups. Nobody else with as many as 5. We'll talk to J-Mart coming up in the second half of the show. But, Coach, I know you got the 24-hour rule, but for us and for the fans, you got to go back a little bit to game day. As you kind of marinated on that and both just thought about it and eventually watched the film, what struck you as the best overall part of what your team was able to do in that opening week game?
Overall, just everything from start to finish was great, and even when we got out of the gates kind of slow defensively, that was still great because, it was an opportunity for us to kind of go back to basics and figure out who we are and what we do well. But, everything from the first ever real Panther walk with the band out there, that was fantastic. And then, coming in here and, coming out of that garage for the first time, that was so much fun. And, the game itself, seeing Shaq have some success, having a bunch of guys on offense get involved, seeing the defense just flying around, creating turnovers, like all those things. Were just they were great surprises because you never know how that first game's going to go. You never really know what you're going to get. You think you know what you have, but until you play somebody for real, you never really know. So just cool to learn a little bit about our team, what we do well, what we need to work on, and excited for this second game.
Compare and contrast the pregame vibe right before you run out of the garage door with when you win and you're back in it and you guys are celebrating. Do you even remember most of both? What was going on?
Yeah, to be honest, I think I blacked out running out, and then in the tunnel was great too in the garage. But it was very evident how much people care about us and our program. Just from the energy from the fans, the student section showed up. They're awesome. I love the fact that we get a chance to say thank you for spending your time and your energy and your money to come cheer us on for 3 hours. And a lot of the people in the stands were probably there for more than just the game. They were in the parking lots tailgating, and all of it was just everything that I had envisioned and more from start to finish.
Every week we like to do some pats on the back, give the coach a chance to talk about some folks who did some things well within that game. What do you think of when you think of that game specifically to give some pats on the back from week one?
Well, I think just pats on the back from a coaching staff perspective would be one. Again, that first half wasn't as successful as we would have wanted. We didn't make the plays that we thought we could have made on offense, and defensively, couldn't get off the field when we wanted to get off the field. So just pats on the back from a coaching staff perspective, not really paying attention to the scoreboard and focusing on us and what can we do coming out of halftime to help us be successful, making those adjustments and then executing. I think that was really big. Some pats on the back, defensively, like J-Mart, who's going to be on the show here in a minute, just tons of energy. If we talk about, having fun, enjoying the moment, not taking for granted how little we get to play. He wore his heart on his sleeve in that game, and I loved every second of it. I got a lot of comments from a lot of people saying it looked like we had a ton of fun out there, and for all 60 minutes. And again, that first half was kind of back and forth, and being a favorite, that's a lot of times that's when teams get tight, and that is not what you saw. You saw guys still enjoying being together, playing the game that they loved, and so I want to give a shout out to the team for that. And then on offense, Shaq with being the starting QB, and again, a lot of weight on your shoulders being the guy, and for him to be calm, cool, and collected, not too high, not too low. Loved the fact that he showed off athleticism and got some first downs with his legs and escaped some pressure with his legs and showed off the arm that we all knew he had was pretty great.
Did it shock you at all on that play where I forget how many yards, 20 or so yards, and he scrambles down to the one that he put his head down and he was trying to get in? What when you look back on that one?
Yeah, we actually talk about it as in the quarterback room, not taking hits. We have a rule on the team, you don't want to turn down contact, but those guys are kind of like, hey, let's save some of the contact, for our running backs. Let's save the contact for, the guys, on defense. But, he wanted that touchdown, and would have been nice if he got maybe a little bit lower to have a little more leverage. So he got knocked out there at the one, but yeah, just he cares about his teammates. He wants to do whatever it takes to win, and it was awesome seeing him put it on the line there.
And then finally, every week we like to talk about mentally where this team is looking for the next week ahead. Last week you talked a lot about belief. When you look at the pillars and what you're talking to your guys about this from that side of the preparation, what's this week have in store?
Well, one of our main pillars is being an impact man. And so, what that means is, how can I make a difference? How can I make a difference, with the person I'm looking at in the mirror? So what kinds of things can I do day to day to become the person that I know I can be, but then also, hey, how can I, be the best part of somebody's day? So whether it's my teammate, whether it's, working really hard in the classroom, doing something for somebody else in the community, like, how can I make it an impact? And so this game really does, have the potential to make a massive impact. So if we go out there and play really well, that's going to make a difference, as far as our confidence moving forward. It's going to make a difference as far as our community being even more excited from the product that we're putting out there. So, for us, like, what can we do to make a difference in each other's lives? What can I do to make a difference in my personal, performance, but then, how can our performance collectively, impact our program and our university and our fans?
All right, that's head coach Todd Stepsis, episode 3 of Best Pod of Your Day. If you've missed anything that we've done so far, go back, get it on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Just search for Panther Point of View. When we come back, Jonathan Cabral-Martin, our player guest here on week 3 of Best Pod of Your Day. Stick around. Segment 2, Episode 3, Best Pod of Your Day. J.W. Cox joined every week by head coach Todd Stepsis, and happy this week to be joined by Jonathan Cabral-Martin, senior defensive back. J-Mart, thanks for coming on. Congrats on that first win for you guys. When you go back and look at that whole day, start to finish in the Dome, after the celebration, you got to have your 3 teammates. What stands out to you as the biggest part, your favorite part of that win, number 1?
My favorite part of the win, it was Coach Steps first as a UNI Panther. So that's historic, man. He's going to remember that for the rest of his life. There's going to be a lot more to come, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy to be a part of the wins that we will get this year. So I'm happy that was the first. And pretty much leading up to the day, I mean, it was scheduled so correctly. Everyone was just locked in. We knew what we had to do going into it, and then maybe there was some first half jitters. We didn't come out like we really wanted to. But, the good teams always rebound. The best teams always rebound, and we rebounded in the second half. So it was a good day. It was a successful day. We executed in the second half, and happy to be a part of it.
I'm curious from your standpoint. You look in that game, and obviously Coach was honest with us on the post game on the radio about how the half ended. Right, he'd like a couple of plays back, maybe when you got your pick, right? Yeah. You're down at the 1 and throw deep, almost hit it to TK, right? And so then none of this even is a conversation if that reels in. But he clearly has the faith in the offense to get you out of there, and more so the faith in the defense if it doesn't go right. Yeah. Does that resonate with you guys when he makes a decision like that, even if he would want it back after the fact, right? Does it resonate with you guys that there's a lot of trust coming from the top down?
No, I loved it. Actually, watching it from the sideline, I was like, yeah, damn, we're throwing it like, and it's a TK. I've guarded TK a bunch of times in practice, and he's not an easy cover. He has speed. He's 6'4", 6'3", so it's keep throwing him. He's bound to get one. So I loved it, and that just shows Coach Steps' belief in all of us. And obviously, the pillar that week was believe. He believed in us, and we didn't execute like the way we wanted to, obviously on those 3 plays, but he kept going to it. So we're bound to hit one. So I loved it. I loved it coming from the sideline. And yeah, I mean, it definitely resonates with all of us. We see Coach Stepp go out there and call 3 plays back to back. He's like, yo, TK, go get it. TK, go get it. TK, go get it. Shaq, go throw it. And I loved it. As a defense, you should love to see that. And if it had worked, it wouldn't have even been a conversation. It would have been, that's a genius call, which I think it was. He said that he wouldn't have even regretted it, and I trust Coach 100%.
Go back to that play, Coach, his pick. I didn't have a monitor, so all I got to see was once, and I can't really even see that corner, so I knew he caught it. But going back and looking at the highlight, you're not going to see many picks like that, I mean, all year long.
Well, I mean, I don't know if a whole lot of people could even have stayed on their feet.
Right.
Like that was the part that was probably the most impressive, was the ability to have the body control and the ball skills to be able to get your hand on it initially, to knock it, like to keep it from getting caught. But then how do you keep your balance when you land, and then your awareness to find the ball, and then to be able to bring it in and then toe tap it? You know, we were laughing walking back from practice tonight, like, you know, if we had some injuries at wide receiver, we might need to be looking in the DB room, because, I mean, that was crazy. Just this athleticism, the balance, the skill, the awareness, all that stuff. I mean, that is a one-of-a-kind pick right there.
All after you covered the guy, 15, 20 yards down the field, right? Don't forget about that part. You ran with him step for step for a good 20 yards, too. When you think of the success you guys did have, you talked about believe, getting that win, J-Mar, what does that do for you guys to fuel the work? Because you guys are back to it now. Well, how does that kind of fuel the work now that you guys are going to do this week and then on after that?
I believe, like, you're always as good as your last play or last game, so it's good momentum. Coach believes in momentum, and there's a lot of people that believe in momentum. I believe in momentum as well. You got to use that and use it to fuel yourself for the next game. We started off not the way we wanted to, finished the second half hot. So this week we expect to start off hot and finish the game hot. So,
all right, let's talk about your journey. Fascinating, from where you started to where you are now. Growing up, Long Island, then you go to Central Connecticut, and now you're here. You've lived a lot in those different stops. What has made Cedar Falls special among all those stops so far, now that you're going into your third fall here?
Yeah, I would say the community, the fans. Just nothing like Cedar Falls on a Saturday. Used to be at 4 o'clock, now at 1 o'clock, but we have a couple 4 o'clock games. Just nothing like it. The people really want to see us win, and, we plan to deliver. And when we do win, they come out. Even when we had losing seasons, they came out and supported us, so they deserve it. We worked so hard in the off season, we deserve it, and the school deserves it, and we're gonna make it happen. And I'm happy to be a part of the community, and obviously the team, the family.
You talked with us post-game on the radio after this one about conversations you had when Coach Stepp was hired, and just the talk. Walk us through that, what that process was like for you to say, hey, yeah, this is where I want to be. I've already put 2 years here. I believe in this community and this team and what we can do. What was that conversation like with him, and what brought you back for this final year? Yeah,
I had spoken to you about it. Pretty much I talked to him, and we spoke probably for an hour and a half, and he didn't even bring up football once. And that's the type of guy he is. That's the type of head man you want at a program. Someone that obviously gets the job done on the field, but is, that comes with it. The wins come with it. He loves us. He loves every single one of us. And whether you're a fourth string, battling to stay on the roster, or you're a star player, it doesn't matter. Or you're one of the coaches, like, he loves you. He values you as a person, and you want to play for that. You want to play your heart out for that. And I think you really saw that in the second half, because he talked to us during halftime, kind of woke us up a little bit. Like, all right, like, what are we doing? Like, we got a guy who loves us, putting his, heart out for us. Like, we can't make him look bad, He can't, we can't make him look bad. So let's go out there and play Panther football. Let's go play our game. So we did, yeah.
When you hear his memories of that conversation, Coach, what does your memory go to when you talk to J-Mart? And then since then, as you've gotten to know him and see him help to lead this program?
It's to sum it up, those best teams, and the best teams I've ever been a part of, you have each other's back, and no matter what. And I think, the only way to really truly care about somebody, it's not about what they're doing on the field, but who they are and the person that they can become. And I get asked all the time, why do you do what you do? And while I love football as much as the next guy, to be somebody's biggest fan for the rest of their lives really is what it's all about. And I didn't run all the way down there like Coach Hodges did. His position coach sprinted all the way down into the end zone, and I had to bring it up at the meeting like, we're going to get a penalty if we keep doing this. But man, I think I got lightheaded because I was yelling so much from that play. But that stuff's a lot of fun. But geez, the things that really get me going is when I hear about all the other stuff, all the great things that our players accomplished because they were a part of a program, that I still get included in those wins and those great plays of life. So whether it's an awesome promotion or whether it's an engagement or whatever, that's really what it's all about for me. And I think when you attack it that way and you care about each other and like you said, we're all in this together. We're doing everything we can, and everything in our power to be successful. And I know that he's going to do the same for me because he knows that hey, we're here for you, and you're here for me, and we're here together.
Let's talk a little off the field. You also mentioned that you're going for your master's. You're going to get that here. Your mom, though, she's got you beat still, even once you get that with a couple of extra degrees, your siblings doing all that postgraduate work. What was that like growing up in an environment where, like you said, that was kind of the expectation?
Yeah, I got a lovely family, man. I'm blessed with that. If you're watching this, Michaela, McKelly, Jordan, Misha, Michelle, Mikey, Matthew. Who am I missing? Definitely missing somebody.
He's doing that without a roster. Like, I don't even do that, right?
I got everybody, but I got a big family. We all love each other. Obviously, we all want to see each other succeed, and we are all succeeding in our little avenues of life. Obviously, I'm not at home. I'm not back in New York right now. But they always text me after the games like, dude, I got so many we have a group chat, obviously, with my family, and spammed, with the interception, especially after the interception. But, like Michelle, one of my sisters, shout out to you. She always is like, she's my older sister. She's always like, oh, my little brother. Like, she still babies me. I'm 24 years old. It's like, all right, at a certain point, but I love it. I mean, there's a lot of people that would love to be in my position, whether that be football wise, playing at UNI, getting my master's, and then have a lovely family on top of that. It's like, I'm blessed, man. Like, why not go out there and play my hearts out? If I'm going to play football, go play my heart out. If I'm going to go do this, when football is wrapped up, when you can't play no more, whatever I do and whatever avenue I pick, I'm going to go 100% because I know I got people that support me and that believe in me. So.
Growing up in New York, what was that like? What was Lynbrook, right?
That's Lynbrook, yeah, Long Island.
So what was that like? What was the area like? Take us down Main Street, Lynbrook.
Take us down Main Street, Lynbrook. Man, we got Lynbrook Town. It's a little town on Long Island. It's not too big, 20,000. Compared to Iowa, it's pretty big.
Right.
But there's 2.7 million people on Long Island, so it stretches about like 2 hours long, east to west, and it's Long Island, man. I don't. There's not much football out there. I'll be honest.
Right.
We have a lot of lacrosse players. We're known for lacrosse, but if those lacrosse players ever took football serious, that would be a powerhouse right there.
Those are some athletes.
There's some athletes in lacrosse. We got like one of the best lacrosse programs, and just the how they say Texas is the best at football. Lacrosse is easily Long Island's thing. So growing up, I actually never played lacrosse. I wish I did. I regret it. My son definitely will. But I mean, it's great. Great pizza.
Okay.
The people are way meaner out there, though. I'll be honest.
It's just the way of life.
Yeah, straight to the point. Like, I had brought it up. I talked about it last year, in a little interview, and pretty much spoke about it. I could be at a red light here in Iowa, Cedar Falls. No one will honk at me. When it turns green, no one will honk at me for 5 to 10 seconds. I could literally just be there and the light could go red again, I swear. And no one will honk at me, but I'll let you do that in Long Island. The second it goes green, beep, 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 you're not getting away with that at all. So
love it. All right. Ready for some lightning round?
Do it.
All right, let's start with let's go movies. Is there a movie you could watch or have watched over and over again and you just never would get sick of it?
Planet of the Apes, all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like Caesar. He embodies leadership. Oh. Yeah.
I've never seen one of them.
What?
I feel like I've deprived myself of great stuff. I have not watched one of those before.
Team movie
night.
How many are there?
They just made a fourth one last year, so
okay.
The fourth one isn't as good, but it
hard
builds
to
onto
make
the
four.
story. Yeah, it's hard to make four. They're gonna make a fifth. So.
That's good for you.
Yeah, great for me. I'm waiting.
All right, bucket list for me. I gotta watch Planet of the Apes.
What about karaoke? What's your go-to karaoke song? If you were gonna.
Perfect by Ed Sheeran.
Oh, that was quick.
Nice.
He knew exactly which one he was going. So I have a feeling that he's been karaoke a time or two here.
I used to do chorus.
There you go.
Back in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Not anymore. I don't.
Not going to do it.
Nope.
So what in high school then? What was your beyond being a football player? What was your like favorite extracurricular activity?
Probably. I didn't do chorus my senior year, but like freshman, sophomore, junior, it probably was chorus. I really did enjoy singing. Like there's like a thrill to it. I don't know. It's fun.
Did you do like theater with it? Like
I never got. I wish I did it like once just to like say, oh yeah, I did it. If I like, but I never even tried that. No.
So all just choir stuff, basically?
Actually, wait. I lied to you. I did. We had this thing called class night, and it was like a fun little thing that we'd do freshman, sophomore, like freshmen versus sophomores, sophomores versus juniors, etc. And I did that like 2 years. I played the map. We did Dora. I played the map. I got pictures. I can send you pictures, Coach. I can send you pictures. I
love those pictures.
I got them.
That might work its way. There's got to be a radio call in there somewhere when you lock somebody up. I'll work on that. That's going to be there. All right. We might have talked a little. I might know this answer just because of us talking beforehand. Who's your favorite teammate to go one-on-one with if you're going against a wide receiver? Who's your favorite teammate that's pushed you, made you better, and you like going against?
There's so many. There's so many over the years too. Like when I first got here, I didn't play corner, so Sergio used to just. He made me a little better. Definitely, I had to lock in against him. But this year, you got to go. All of them really have dynamic skill sets. You could say Aiden Price. He's someone you got to lock in against. You know, he might route you up if you know what I mean. Like he's a crafty guy. If I had to say one, I'll give you two. Well, Tay's really good. There's so many. Oh, man. I'll probably go Jelly and JC. JC in the slot.
Kind of different ways, right? Different guys,
different guys, yeah. JC and Jelly, definitely, because I play, slot corner, and I also play the outside. Jelly out the outside. If you miss a jam, it's a six. It's six, so, yeah, that's a given. And then JC, so dynamic, he'll hit you. He's so quick and agile, but he also has the long speed. So he'll hit you with the whip route, and now you're on the floor, and now the band's playing. Now it's a touchdown, 6. Or he can hit you with a slot fade because he's so fast. So you have to. Those are great players to go against. They make me great.
So other than guys on our team, and think high school too, who's the best you've gone against?
Ever? We include in college or no college?
College or high school? Like
that's hard.
Think back. I always think about it wasn't on the football field, but Orlando Pace was a basketball player.
Oh, he's a big dude.
He was he was 6'9" and a cat, and the ball would go into the key, and it was going in the bucket. And it didn't matter if you were hanging on an arm or if you were trying to hit him in the nose with your elbow. It was going in. It was going in.
Wow.
So obviously a Hall of Famer and one of the best offensive tackles ever, but. I don't know if there was a guy that this guy was unbelievable, and I don't know if he
maybe
had
I don't know. I remember we played Miami when I was at Central, and so we went against a slot, Xavier. I don't know his last name, Respeso or whatever. I think he may be in a league, but he's a good slot. Like he was very crafty. I don't know though. There's so many guys. At my prep school back in the day, we had a guy. He's actually at Cincinnati right now. Plays running back. Tawee Walker. He's a dog. There's a lot of guys that I've played with and against that just, you had to lock in against. Even guys in this conference, that are real good. You just have to lock in against, and that are playing currently, that have played in the conference that I've went against. Guys on my team, Christian Boyd, Sam Schnee from back in the day, There's a lot of guys that I could say, but I don't really think there's one guy that's like, oh, wow, he was the best I ever went against.
It is hard to top Orlando Pace. I mean,
yeah, Orlando Pace. Yeah, I can't. Maybe as the time goes on, there's going to be some Hall of Famers that I played against and stuff. I could be, oh, yeah, I went against him, So.
All right, let's keep it on the team. Forget you one more, and let's keep it on the team. When you think of maybe your most interesting teammate, like you got a guy who's got a random hobby, or he's got just always has something to say, comes with something that just makes you think. Who comes to mind when you think about that?
There's a couple guys. You got Ian Collins.
Okay.
That's a character. Yeah, that's a character. Hassan Beyboui is a character. Jaden Hodge is a character. Josh Volk is underrated. He's a character. Josh Volk, yeah, man. You get to know Josh Volk. He's a character. There's a bunch of guys. Every position group has like a couple. But yeah, I'd probably go with Hassan though. Like number one, you want to hear some random stuff and you want to laugh. Yeah, go to Hassan.
Do you get some of that, Coach? I mean, some of that probably goes on at a level you're not always around.
Yeah, all those names he listed. You know, we're in a team room, and guys will come in early, and you know we have music playing, and I like to kind of bebop around, and those names are always the fun ones. Yeah.
There's a couple guys that would probably say me.
Maybe.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Be on the list.
Yeah, be on the list for sure.
All right, well, J Mart, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the pick and the first win, and obviously, like you said, more to come, and we're excited to watch. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thanks for watching episode 3, Best Pod of Your Day. Just like Panther coaches and players try to be the best part of each other's day, we try to bring you the best Panther content every time we're on. Catch us on YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts. It is Panther Point of View to get the best pod of your day. We'll talk to you again next week. Go Panthers.